Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to Court Farms Country Park. This is episode 70 of the Let's Play series. I do hope you're all doing very well and having a lovely day. But yeah, episode 70, really quite proud of that. I'm quietly hoping that I make it to a good 100 episode series. Pulled up a bit close to that one there, didn't I? But yeah, episode 70, chuffed with that, really am. So I've got to thank you all for your support and carrying on watching this series as I've been making it, going along. Really appreciate it. I'm still completely loving it down here. As I said many episodes ago, this map is just one of those maps I feel like you could just play forever. It's just so authentically real and brilliant. It really is. So anyway, where are we? We are on the third day of March. It's relatively early in the morning, just before 10 to 7 in the morning. I have just been doing my usual running around, sorting out the cows, giving them the feed, the straw, feeding the chickens, topping them up. But yeah, I'm not planning on spending a huge amount of time in this in-game day. All I'm going to do right now is we have just over 20,000 litres of sunflowers in here that we need to get sold. It's now selling time for sunflowers, so we're going to go and take them over to Fertilizing stores, which is over on the other side of the map near the spinneries that we've got set up over there. We've got a handful of wool pallets just around the back here that we need to get shifted over to the spinnery as well. And we've got a few honey pallets that we'll sell as well. But then once we've got all that out of the way, I'm then going to fast forward time, or go to sleep, sorry, into April, because April is time to plant corn. Now, in the last episode, we were working in Field 46, our latest acquisition over in the northwest of the field, over the map, sorry, over there. We've limed it, we've fertilised it, we've ran through it with the cultivator, picked up all the stones, got the stones loaded into the lime crushing machine over there. If any of you watched the last episode, you'll have known all that. Using our new rock picker, which is a very handy piece of equipment. Very glad to have that down on the farm now. No more slaving away with that really narrow Foncaser stone picker at 2.4 metres wide. I'm glad that's gone, to be honest. So yeah, we're not going to get a huge amount of money for the sunflowers. We're probably going to get just, if I go into the time-saving stock check menu, there you go. So according to this, £17,500, but including our environmental score reward, we may well be knocking on the door of somewhere north of 18, maybe 19,000 if we're lucky, but we'll just see. Now, I've hooked up the silage trailer. I know that's not particularly overly correct, as it were. It's just purely so I can do it in one trip. The Richard Weston SF16 that we have here has a capacity of just under the amount that we have of sunflowers, but fortunately I can still put sunflowers into the silage trailer, so just for the purposes of making one long trip over to the other side of the map. There we go. So yeah, 21,693 litres. So we'll get all this loaded up, trundle our way over to Fertilizing stores, and I'll pick you up there. We'll see what we get for it. Right, here we are, bright and early, before they've even opened their gates. So I think we can sort that one out, can't we? There we go. So hopefully we'll get a half-decent amount of money for this. As I said before, it's not going to be a huge amount, but every little helps, doesn't it? So we want the centre one, because the one on the right there is just for the bales. There we go. Excellent. So fingers crossed for north of 18. $17,508 plus $1661. That'll do. And yes, just north of 19. There you go. That'll do. That will absolutely do. Not bad for a quick drive over to the other side of the map. Right, so let's get back to the farm. I need to load up the flatbed trailer with the wool, bring it back over to this end to the spinnery just there. We'll load up the honey pallets as well and just fire them off back to Folly down there as well, just to get a few more pounds in the bank. We're doing alright though, 321,983. Doing good. So, catch you back over at the farm in a few moments' time. Righto, all loaded up. What have we got? We got just over 5,000 litres of wool to stick into the spinnery. And just over 2,000 litres of honey to fire off back to Folly Down stores. Now, we're not going to get a huge amount of money, I appreciate that, but I'm just doing my usual, just clearing things up as we ready to jump into next month and get cracking with the corn, which I'm very much looking forward to, because that is going to translate in a few months' time into a massive forage harvest to stock up at least one of our silage bunkers anyway. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, regrettably, I am going to have to make a purchase of a handful of loose straw bales. We have got several fields of oats growing away, which is going to be feed for the horses here, and also for a huge amount of straw. But yeah, at the minute I have got, I think, somewhere around 70,000 litres of straw in the silo for the cow bedding. One of the cow stalls takes up, the one at home farm, the base game, the base map one at home farm, that takes about 20,000 litres a day. And we've got several months before the oat harvest is going to come to fruition, so I am going to have to purchase a few more loose bales of straw, so we'll get that done at some point. But it is what it is. It's got to be done. The cows need their bedding, otherwise they don't produce manure. So yeah, needs must. Right, so I'll get this all done anyway. I'll pick you back up in a few moments' time when we've made a couple of quid from the honey. But yeah, I'll pick you back up when we're on the way back to the farm. There we go, all sorted. Nice quick job done. Stocked up the spinneries, so they've now both got a good 30-odd thousand litres of wool processing in there. And we got £2,397 for the honey. That's including the environmental score award. So it's better than nothing, better than a kick in the teeth, as it were. £326,720. That'll do. So, like I said before, back to the farm, and I think we're going to call it quits for today. And we'll wake up tomorrow and crack on with a bit of work, because we're going to have the corn to plant, which I'm very keen to get done, and we should also have 2, if not 3 of the grass fields at their full growth stage, ready to go. So the 2 grass fields that will be near the farm down there. Oh goodness me, that was a bit of lag, wasn't it? Yeah, the 2 grass fields that we've got down near the cow barns down there, they're going to be mowed and turned into tedded and turned into hay to stock up our total mix ration machine. But like I say, first we will be planting the corn. So as before, I'll catch you all very, very soon. Morning everyone. As always, just doing my usual morning routine. I've topped up the cows with a bit of straw, sorted out the TMR, of course, you know the score, and I'm just mucking the shed out here from the 10,000 litres of manure, get it tipped over into the biogas plant. Now, the biogas plant is actually quite full at the minute. We've kind of hit a bit of a bottleneck at the minute. The bigger cow barn down there at the bottom of the farm there, that is completely full at its maximum capacity of slurry, because the biogas plant here isn't quite working fast enough for us. Well, it is. It's just they're producing more than we can manage at the minute. So that's just going to have to sit there for a bit. Let time pass by for a few hours today. But yeah, I think we may well have to send a load over to the other biogas plant on the map, perhaps, just to help create a bit of space in our tanks. But for now, they're sorted, so it means I can crack on with the corn planting. So I'm just going to pop that there for now. That'll do. So we've woken up today, 1st of April. We've woken up a £115,000 better off, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm talking and walking at the same time and going in completely the wrong direction because my John Deere's over here. Now, today is actually, not only is it the next in-game day, but it's actually the next in real life day as well, from yesterday when I was making that previous clip driving back in the New Holland. And yesterday evening, essentially what I'm trying to... I've found a mod, thanks to the FARMERSIM guy. One of the things I've been wanting to do, or trying to find recently, is a mineral feed mod. Do you know what? I'm just going to pull up there so I can talk and not do two things at once and start getting myself confused and babbling nonsense. Yeah, I've been trying to find myself a mineral feed mod. Now, one of the things that we'd obviously, one of the purchases I have to keep on making quite regularly for the Total Mix Ration machine there is pallets of mineral feed. Now, I have just been essentially just placing down the store deliveries mod into the tip point here for this machine and just having the pallets dropped here, and then they just auto feed into here. But yesterday evening, FSG, FARMERSIM guy, released a map tour video for a American Wisconsin map, Weyerwager, I think that's how you pronounce it roughly, by Crooked Creek Modding. And during that map tour, he talked about a little mod that Crooked Creek Modding has included, or is including with that map, and it's for download on his itch page. And it's essentially, it's what's called a grinder mixer, and it's just quite a simple auger machine that can turn your cereal grains into mineral feed. And I was amazed because every mineral feed mod that I've been able to find so far is some form of machine like this, or something that you place down in the construction menu. But it almost always involves various products that we aren't producing on this farm, things like sugar beet or sugar beet cut. So obviously, over the last few days, weeks, whatever, I've been thinking, do I need to turn my hand to sugar beet on this farm now as well, just for the sole purpose of being able to make mineral feed? And it was, it would have involved, as you all know, huge investment, the machinery involved to deal with sugar beet, the root crop machines and whatnot, those massive harvesters, potentially. So I haven't done anything about that, but then obviously, as I say, I've seen this video from FSG last night, and it's a very simple, cheap little tow-behind machine that, as I say, you can just tip your cereal grains into. Now, it takes soybeans, corn, wheat, barley, oat, and rye. You essentially just tip any of those products into this little mixer, and you get mineral feed out the other end, and it's £5,000, which is brilliant. I'll show it you very quickly. It's in the animal section. There we go. Where are we? There we go. So, Gale, I think you might pronounce that as Gale. You can have it as a New Holland. Yeah, you can have it as a New Holland, a John Deere, an International, or again back to Gale. You can change the wheels as well. But yeah, £5,000. It's only got a small capacity, like 4,000 litres, 4 cubic metres. But either way, it's perfect for what we need. So I'm going to buy that. Whether it's suitable or not, I say suitable, whether, I think it might be more of an American farm piece of equipment. But nonetheless, that's exactly what I need. So we've got, over in the silo at the minute, we have, where are we? Just over 17,000 litres of soybeans, and we've got 47,000 litres of wheat. Now, obviously, the wheat is for the chickens, but they only take a couple of thousand from empty. So we'll potentially be able to afford to tip a little bit of that in there. The soybeans can go straight in there. We can use all the soybeans to make mineral feed instead of waiting for a sell time for that. That's absolutely perfect. So yeah, I'm really quite chuffed that that mod exists. So a big thank you to FSG, the FARMERSIM guy, for introducing that to me. It has solved, as I say, a bit of a long-standing problem, a long-standing thing that I've been trying to find. It's solved that for me perfectly. So yeah, if any of you are interested in that mod, go check out FSG's channel on the Wisconsin map tour. You'll see a link in his video description there to Crooked Creek Modding's itch.io page, and what you'll have to do, the Wisconsin map hasn't been released yet, but you'll see the page on the site there. If you go to it, the download for the grinder machine is there already, so you'll be able to download that. Right, so let's get planting. We're going to get planting some corn. Let's go and select corn from this multi-drill. Where are we? Because this one does literally everything. There we go, corn. Okay, we need to fill up. We've got, well, we might not need to fill up, but I'm going to just for the sake of it. So we're completely full. We can go round to our seed and fertilizer production. and get our free seed. We don't need to spend money on that, which is excellent. So, we're going to get filled up. Oh, yep. I shut the gate, didn't I? There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to get topped up with seed. I'll see you down at the field in a few moments' time. Right, here we are. Back at the field, field 46. So, we're going to start. The courseplay course is going to start over this side of the field. We'll pop this into a cinematic like you know I usually try and do. So, let's drill. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the cornfield is drilled. Very happy with that work. It's all done. Good job. Took about 55 minutes, I think, if I remember correctly. We've used 3,072 litres of seed in all. I am really quite chuffed that I've got this modded planter seeder on the farm. In total, it holds 14,000 litres of seed, which I did fill right to the brim from the seed and fertiliser production system there, so we've only got about 3,000 litres of seed left in there, so I could do with popping a bit more grain in there to get a bit more seed produced from that, but we'll get that sorted in the near future. But yeah, all good. So I know I did mention earlier in the video that we may well crack on with the tedding today, but I think what I should really do is box off this field. We do need to get it rolled, and we do also need to top up the nitrogen values, even though where I was stood there it says perfect, but it's not. We've got good value there, we've got bad there, and there is patches of red as well. So yeah, we could do with sorting this out, get it done, finished off, and then we can leave it to its own devices till harvest time. And I am very much looking forward to harvest time as well, because we're going to be foraging this, as I know I mentioned a couple of videos ago. We're going to be foraging this corn, getting it over into the bunker and turning it into silage. Now it's going to be a big job. I do plan at the minute on running both tractors, this and the Massey Ferguson, with both trailers supporting the forage harvester in the field and getting it over into one, if not two, of the bunkers, depending on how much we get from it. But that's in the future. We'll sort that out when we get to it. But I am also extremely keen to get myself over to the shop and pick up our new mineral feed machine, because I'm really keen to see how that works. I haven't used it yet. It's over at the shop. I haven't tested it. I do hope it works. I'm sure it does. And I'm hoping it is literally just as simple as connecting it up to... We'll be using the New Holland. Connecting it up to that, turning it on, hitching the trailer up to probably the Massey, put the soybeans in the trailer, and tip those beans, bit by bit, into the mineral feed machine, and hopefully, quite literally, just getting mineral feed from it. So, we'll get this lot back to the farm, unhitch, and potentially give it a quick clean off, and I'll pick you up when I'm on my way to the shop. Hello, horses. So, see you shortly. Right, here we are at the shop, and here is our fancy new little bit of equipment. Now, this is the first time I've properly seen it, in the flesh as it were, on the game. On my own game, anyway. So there we go. PTO. So it's just PTO driven. Let's bring up the menus and see if I open that cover, what does that do? Right, so that's the auger for tipping the grain into. So you open and close that, okay. Right, I get you there. Oh, okay, so it's adjustable. Raised front loader tool. So you can adjust it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Right, okay. So it does look relatively straightforward. Do I need to turn it on? There doesn't seem to be an option to turn it on. No. I know from using the blowers that you load into some of those American silos, you need to... I think there's an option to, when it says unload here, you just do that and it automatically turns itself on. Whether this will be any different when we've actually got it over the tip trigger or not, I'm not too sure. So, either way, I shall bring you with me when we activate it for the first time. So, very handy little bit of kit though. For 5,000 quid, you just cannot complain, can you? Because as I said before, I spent quite a bit of time trying to sift through the wealth of mods available to us players, trying to find a mineral feed machine mixer process that was relatively straightforward, but there's quite a few out there, as I said, but they all involve using products that we haven't got on this farm at the minute. Sugar beet and sugar beet cut and various other bits and bobs. Molasses, I think, was one of them involved, and obviously we just haven't got those here on this map and on this farm. So I kind of just thought to myself, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do my own mineral feed, but as I said, thanks to the FARMERSIM guy, and of course Crooked Creek Modding as well, for making this mod available for us all. Very grateful to them. So now I have, for the menial sum of 5,000 quid, hopefully, the ability to make my own mineral feed. So, as I say, anyway, I'll get back to the farm and get things set up. We'll go from there. Right, I've kind of awkwardly got it into position here. Now, I'm assuming now, because I don't own the land that the shop is built on, that option wasn't there. But now when I bring up the control menu in the top left there, you can see unload here has appeared. So if we now just quite simply turn that on, and I've got the quantity of soybeans, 17,123 litres of, into the trailer here. Now I hope it should just be as simple as reverse up to the tip trigger, auger pipe, whatever you want to call it. Go on, don't let me down. Right, I'm not getting a tip trigger there. Oh, there we go. Soybeans, right, okay. So, oh, look at that. There we go. Oh, that's amazing. Is it going to take the whole lot as well? Okay, so it's filled it up to 4,000 litres. That's going down. Let's go into the productions menu there. Bring up the total mix ration machine. Mineral feed. Amazing. That's brilliant. So now it's saved me a job of mucking around with pallets, and that's excellent. So now I can just keep on tipping that in until we have, I assume, 17,000 litres of mineral feed. Now that does tick down quite quickly in the production system, to be honest. I can just keep on. There we go. Again, production system. Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well happy with that. Right, so I shall get this job completed, get all the soybeans into there, or the mineral feed if you want to call it that. So, pick you up in a minute when it's all sorted. Right, all sorted. We now have the ability to make our own mineral feed. So, I think we'll just stick this in this shed here for now, next to the stone picker. Now, with it being such a short machine, it's actually quite snappy to reverse, but here will do for now. Relatively neat and tidy-ish. There we go. Okay, so PTO, drop that off. Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing. So, I have also hooked up the fertilizer spreader here to the John Deere. We're going to keep on with that for now. Let's just pop the New Holland out of the way here for now. Need to go and top up the fertilizer levels of the cornfield, get that sorted. So I think I'm going to get that done off camera because it doesn't take too long with this having a 40-odd metre spread. And then we will finish off with the field roller, of course. Get it all rolled over. I kind of figured the best order to do things is do the fertilizer first and then do the rolling, so at least it imitates rolling the fertilizer into the soil a bit once we get the roller out. I don't know if I'm correct in that or not, but it seems the right order to do things in my head anyway. Oh, goodness me. So, as I say, I'll get this done, and I shall pick you all up in a few moments' time. Right, so, job done. Nice and quick, like I thought it would be. Obviously, with this massive spread of this machine, it was, what, 10-12 minutes I think it took to get that done, and we have applied the fertilizer to the rate that the corn required, which was about 180 kilograms a hectare. So that's all sorted. All that's left to do now is get it rolled. Now I think it's worked out quite well that I might not get round to doing the grass mowing and tedding this afternoon in today's episode, because the forecast has given rain for several hours this afternoon, coming at about 1 o'clock. So that might have worked out for the best. So I think we will focus on getting this field finished. Like I said before, we'll get the Massey hooked up to the field roller and get that done. And then we'll have made a decent chunk in the workload for today. So, as usual, back to the farm. We'll get hooked up and I'll join you back ASAP. And here we are, back at the field. So, we'll get this job done. Hopefully shouldn't take too long. It's got a half decent working width on this one too, but it should be enough of a job for me to be able to present it to you in a cinematic like I like to do. So, catch you in a wee while. And there we go, job done, as always, rolling finished. So now we can essentially leave this field to its own devices now. Now, traditionally, if we were going to be waiting for a proper corn harvest, we'd be waiting till September. But obviously, because we're going to be foraging the field, we'll be able to come back to this field come August time, I think, perhaps. That should be about right, and then we'll, obviously, like I said before, get it completely foraged and tipped into the bunkers, and turned into silage eventually. So that's all good. So yeah, we can leave this field to its own devices now. I'm going to concentrate on other things. As I say, in the next episode, we're going to be starting in the next in-game day, which will be the 2nd of April, and we are going to be getting that hay sorted, getting the grass mown, and get the tedder out, get it turned into hay, and put straight into the total mixed ration machine. So, but for now, I think for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to call it here. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your time watching the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. As always, if you are new to my channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Giving the video a like if you can. That does do wonders for the channel. It helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC, an add-on, a season pass, or even the full game itself, and you like the idea of helping a content creator out at the same time, I would be massively appreciative. So thanks for your time watching the video again, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.